Dan, you played a fantastic game last Friday against Aalborg and then went to Frederikshavn and lost 5-2. The performance on Sunday wasn't as good as on Friday. Was there any special reason for that?
Well, we were really motivated and focused on Friday for sure. It was one of our best games of the year. We came out flying. We changed a couple small things, and it really worked out well for us. And I think the guys had a great response to it. So going into Sunday, we had some momentum. We felt pretty good about ourselves. But I think it was a little bit of mental and a little bit physical. We looked a step slow. We expected maybe to be outplayed in the first period, and that Joni would have to be big for us in the first period because of that's the first early bus ride and all that. So it's hard to get off the bus when you're on the bus at 8:30 in the morning and jump right into it. But we never got going. Our legs weren't great, and maybe it was we were a bit too excited. Maybe a little bit of comfort in how we played on Friday, and we thought it would just be a little bit too easy on Sunday. But I also think we were a fatigued hockey team. It was a challenge. It was a really intense game on Friday, and we just for whatever reason we didn't have the energy levels that we normally do on Sunday. And Frederikshavn played a heck of a game. They played a really, really good game. They were motivated. Obviously, they've had some negative things being said about them at home recently, so they were fired up and they played an excellent game. And we just never recovered. It was a tough one, and it was kind of disappointed to go into the break with that game. But we're obviously going to focus on the things we did really well on Friday and try to work on those things and get going here through the break.
You said Friday. I noticed on Friday that you were playing quite aggressive style in the defense. Do you change that style in the defense from game to game, or are you trying to have the same style for each game?
You basically want to play the same style in the D zone all the time. Maybe make some adjustments in the O zone based on the other team. But that's one of the adjustments we're trying to make is have a more attacking philosophy in the defensive zone, and I think we've had some good results with it recently. It's not a huge change. It's just a little bit more support on our puck battles in the defensive zone. So worked great for us on Friday. But also if you're playing an aggressive system and you don't really have your legs going and moving your legs and have a lot of energy, then you're slow on pucks. And we were late on a lot of pucks on Sunday. So that was what happened there. But that's a focus we had. A lot more aggressive, getting pucks back faster. And we're going to work a lot on that this week.
And now you mentioned the break we have right now. That makes me look back at the last 40 games, or the first 40 games in the regular season. Must have been quite a bumpy road for you. How do you see that?
Yeah, for sure. It's been the most up and down season since I've been back here for the 4 years. But it was a crazy start right out of first week of training camp. We had 2 key players go down. So. But that's hockey. Some years you are clean sailing and you don't have any problems with injuries, and sometimes you do. We got a lot all within the first few months, so it was difficult, and then we had to try to just keep our heads above water there, signing Tommy Awari and bringing in Granny a bit earlier than we were planning. So we had to kind of ad-lib our plans there through the first part of the season to try to fill those holes. So that's affected things through the season. But then we had a great period when we got some bodies back, and then we got a little. We had a flat spot in December, and we're just kind of trying to come back through that with a few more injuries through January. But we've seen a lot of good things. I think one huge benefit of the injuries to the defense is that we've had some guys who've stepped up, and Nikolai Carstensen and Koenig, Daniel Hansen have played a lot of minutes this year, and that's only going to make them better, faster. So they're going to be 2 very good players in our league for years. So this has really helped their development. I've seen a lot from them, and we're confident having them on the ice in any circumstance. So that's been a huge bonus for us to see them develop. And then we've seen a guy like Ronnie Broback. We kind of had to try to fill some holes, like I said. And Ronnie was a guy who kind of got passed over, but he's been very helpful to us, and he's stepped up big and brought in a physical presence. So, and he's such a good guy and hardworking guy. It's been really nice to see the development of Ronnie through this season, and we can only see where that leads now. But so there's always some pros and cons of having to play some of the younger players more and giving opportunities to others, and of course it's been a big bonus in some ways, but it's been hard in others. Inconsistent results. I mean, when you're playing more young guys in different areas, that's probably the number one key of being a professional hockey player, is bringing the same effort level and being the similar player from game to game. So we've had some consistency issues, not just our young guys, but as a team. So hopefully that's something we'll iron out and continue to iron out. I think we played some pretty good hockey in the last 2 or 3 weeks, so it looks pretty good going forward, and hopefully we're healthy here coming out of the break.
I noticed during these 40 games that one of the issues has been SønderjyskE have been playing 20 good minutes, then 20 minutes who hasn't been that good, and then maybe 20 good minutes at the end again. Is that a common problem in other clubs too, or was it a problem here? How do you see that?
Well, you certainly hear that a lot when you watch NHL hockey. I mean, when you read the recaps on different teams, it's always, we didn't play 60 minutes tonight. I heard that about some teams in our league, other coaches talking about their team. So it's a challenge to mentally and emotionally handle ups and downs through a game and not let that affect you and how you're playing. And we haven't always handled our down periods in a game that well this year. So we've had a goal against, and then that led to maybe another goal against, and then when you play hesitant and tentative hockey, when you're scared to make mistakes, that's when you play your worst hockey. And so that's been an issue for us at times, especially in the periods where we haven't won as many games. It kind of snowballed. You don't have a lot of confidence. You play tentative. Something bad happens on the ice in a game, and you're just kind of nervous that the next one's going to happen. So when we play at our best, we're confident. We play aggressive, good hockey, and we've done that many times this year. But also there's been periods where we've been lacking some confidence and aggression in our game. So I think that's that's just a process you go through in the whole year, is being mentally strong. And usually the most mentally strong teams are the best teams, because you can put that 60 minutes and you don't worry that you're on the road, or you don't worry that a bad goal goes in, or it doesn't affect your game. You just get right back to work, and that's what we've been talking about and working on all year, and hopefully it all comes together here.
Well, I noticed too that the form has been better and better, and you've been playing better and better the last few games. But now we're looking forward to the next 5 games. There's still 5 games left in the regular season. How do you see those games? What are your expectations for them?
Well, they're 5 very challenging games, that's for sure. It's I think at this point of the season, the most important thing is that we're playing the game the way we want to play. Everything is just locked down, and we're playing all our systems, playing with the habits that we want to play. That's the most important, that we're at our top of our game going into the playoffs. If you play that way, you're bound to win some games. So, but that's the key. Not that we win 5 games or 4 games, or that we, obviously our goal is to finish top 4. You want that extra home game, but so that's a focus, but that's not the primary focus. The primary focus is playing our best and getting to our top level right when the game 1 of the playoffs, or hopefully a game or 2 before that. But keep working on things and making sure we're ready to go for the playoffs. So, and with how close the league is this year, if you finish 3rd or 4th or 5th, or whatever you finish, it's not necessarily advantage, especially with the picking system. So it'll be really, really tight through the right into the quarterfinals. Never seen a year like this with the competitiveness of the league, and we're going to see 4 tight series in the quarterfinals, and it's exciting for hockey in Denmark, and it's exciting for fans. There's no easy series, that's for sure. So we want to be at our best going into the playoffs. That's goal number 1.
Yeah, the year before, it has been very important to get in this top spot like 1 or 2, because you could choose your opponent in the semifinals and the finals. Now it looks like everybody is beating everybody. There is probably no big advantage, but still, first and second and third place is out of reach. So will you say fourth place is not important, or do you just have to continue to get those points?
I think, like I said, I think the process is more important. The fact that we play our best game, and if we're playing our best, then as we played against Aalborg on Friday, then we're a tough team to beat, and the points will come. But focusing on we need to get this many points so we can finish fourth, I don't think that's really going to help us, saying we need this game to finish fourth, or we just need to approach one game at a time, like everybody always says, the cliche, but it's so true. Focus on this game. This is what we got to do to be better. The next game, if there's any problems, this is what we need to do to get better, and approach it like that every single game, and the results should take care of themselves.
And then the big question everybody's been asking: do you think SønderjyskE will bring in another player or 2 before the playoff starts?
Yeah, there's nothing obvious out there at the moment. There's like everybody says, it's a fairly dry market right now. We're looking to see if there's anything that'll obviously make us a better hockey team, but I would say it's 50-50 right now. We've had some talks with a couple players, but it's got to make sense financially, and it's got to make sense. We're not going to just bring in a guy that is, just a body, just because we have an import spot. We need him to make our team better, because we have a really good dressing room this year. The guys really, get along great, and good team chemistry, and they, they fight for each other every night. So we're not going to, bring in a new personality into the room if he's not going to make us better. So that's. We have till Wednesday, so it's completely up in the air if we find something or not. But there's going to be some players and some movement over the weekend and into early next week. So keeping a close eye on it, and we'll see how it goes.
Thank you very much, Dan.